All right, let's talk about our cats. Specifically, let's get into what happens after we have a little disagreement. We're going to decode their secret language of apology, and you might be shocked to find out what we've been getting wrong this whole time.
You know the moment. I mean, we've all been there, right? You catch your cat scratching the couch, you say, hey, no, and they just give you this long, slow blink before sauntering away like they own the place. You're left standing there thinking, did any of that sink in at all? Okay, now hold on, because this is the idea that changes everything. The source material for this explainer suggests that, yes, they absolutely do try to apologize, but, and this is the wild part, we usually misunderstand their apologies so badly that we actually end up punishing them for trying to make peace. So you see, it's not that they don't care. It's that they're speaking cat and we're expecting, well, human. We're looking for a sorry we can understand, and they're offering something completely different. So let's pull out our translator and learn their language. First up is a signal you probably see every single day, maybe multiple times a day. And it's one of the most common ways they try to say, we're cool. The bunt. That classic, unmistakable headbutt. Sometimes it's a gentle little nudge against your leg. Other times it feels like they're trying to rearrange your facial features. We usually just write it off as simple affection, right? Just them being cute. Well, it is affection, but when it happens right after a tense moment, like you just told them off for something, it's so much more than that. Think of it as a social reset button. They're trying to wipe the slate clean. And here's the cool science behind it. When we get stressed, the actual vibe, the pheromones in the room changes. By bunting you, your cat is literally wiping their own calming scent all over you and all over the area. They're replacing the uh-oh tension smell with the everything's okay, we're family smell. It's an active move to fix the social bond. Okay, moving on to our second signal. This one is less about scent and way more about giving a very specific and very meaningful gift. So picture this. You're still a little peeved at your cat. The air is kind of thick. Then, out of nowhere, here they come, trotting over with their absolute favorite, most slobbery beat-up toy, and they drop it right at your feet. Your first thought is probably, oh, you want to play now? Really? But that's not it at all. This is what's called a reconciliation offering. It's a huge deal. They're taking the one thing that brings them the most comfort and security, and they're giving it to you. They're essentially saying, I see you're upset. Here, have my most precious thing. I hope this makes you feel better so we can be okay again.
Our third signal is way more subtle, and if we're being honest, it can get a little bit annoying if you don't realize what's actually going on.
I think you know this one. After you've had a little spat, suddenly your cat becomes your silent shadow. Everywhere you go, there they are. They follow you to the kitchen, to the bathroom. They just silently exist a few feet away. It's not like they're meowing or asking for anything. They're just there. It can feel a little creepy, right? There's actually a term for this, proximity maintenance. They aren't trying to be weird. They are making a powerful statement. By sticking close to you, they're showing you, look, even though we just had a problem, I am not letting it break our bond. I am right here. We're still a team. And that brings us to the final, and I mean the absolute most vulnerable form of feline apology. And this is the one where the misunderstanding can cause the most damage.
Okay, so the air is still tense, you're still mad. And then your cat comes near you, flops down on the ground, and slowly rolls over, exposing that soft, fluffy, completely defenseless belly. And what is our immediate human reaction?
We think it's an invitation for a belly rub. I mean, who can resist? But for them, this is the ultimate white flag. Exposing their belly is the most vulnerable they can possibly be. They're not asking for a tickle. They're making a gesture of complete and total surrender. They're saying, I trust you not to hurt me. Please forgive me. Let's just sit with that for a second. It's such a perfect example of how our languages get crossed. They're in this deep state of emotional vulnerability, basically begging for forgiveness, and we're about to treat it like a game. So really, this whole interaction is a test, a trust test. Step 1, your cat makes this huge, vulnerable apology. Step 2, we, the well-meaning but clueless owner, see fluffy belly and go right in for the rub. And step 3, when they flinch or swat or run away, that's the sound of their trust being violated. We just failed the test. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that understanding is everything. Knowing that the bunt is a reset, the toy is a gift, the shadowing is a promise, and the exposed belly is a profound plea, it changes the whole dynamic.
It's how we move from just being an owner to being a true partner. So the next time things get a little tense between you and your cat, just pause, watch, and listen. Because now that you know a little more of their language, you might be absolutely amazed at everything they're trying to tell you.